Welcome back to another beautiful day in Seoul. Today we are checking out one of 5 royal palaces, taking a tour of a not-so-secret garden, finding out what a street alley is, and hopefully if we still have some time and energy, we're going to see some amazing street art. Our first stop today is Cheondak-gun Palace. Boy, I hope I said that right because I practiced it a lot. And this is one of 5 royal palaces and is right next door to a second one, so we're kind of getting a 2-for-1 today. And I am really excited to look at this palace because it looks absolutely amazing, and as people are coming in and out, I absolutely love their clothes. This is really a special place. We have a lot to do, let's get started. Except I'm not allowed to say that anymore. It is not often that I'm the one who can't fit through doorways. I'm pretty short for an American, and I think I love it in Korea this much more.
Quick history on the palace. It was built.
It was destroyed.
And then it was built again.
It was destroyed again.
And then it was built again.
And it was destroyed again. Actually, we're not sure how many times it was built and destroyed, but it was a lot. Sometimes it was destroyed by invaders and sometimes it was destroyed by fire, but it's been completely restored and it's absolutely stunning. This is where the royal throne was for the king. I was not expecting this to look like this. Holy cats. Can I say holy cats here? It is so wild to find a palace like this, as old as this, with so much history, right in the smack dab middle of Seoul.
Well, we've been wandering around for a little bit, and it's just amazing to see all the architecture and the vibrant colors of all the paintings on the ends of the roofs and on the underhangs of the roofs. It's just amazing.
It's so unlike anything we have at home. And I would say it's difficult to imagine what it used to look like hundreds of years ago. Except it's not, because there's so many people wearing traditional clothing, and it's so much fun to be walking around and all of a sudden all these people come parading past in extremely beautiful, exquisite traditional clothing. It makes it just a little bit easier to imagine what it was like way back when. I absolutely love it here. This is incredible. We are about to join the Secret Garden tour. I don't know why it's called a Secret Garden because it seems to be pretty popular. They cap the number of people that enter at the same time, but we were lucky enough to get an English tour today. They keep everybody together. It's about 90 minutes long. I don't think we're gonna be able to talk much, so enjoy the footage you're about to see with probably the voiceover we're about to do.
We set off with our group, and our very first stop was one of the most impressive on the tour. This large 2-story building was a library where the royal family and scholars would study, and sometimes banquets were held there. I could just imagine reading my book, overlooking the pond, people watching, enjoying the sun. Oh, I kind of wish I had had my book when we were touring it. Wait, where was I? Oh, right. This large building is representative of the size of the garden. It turns out the gardens take up to 60% of the palace's footprint. The structures within the gardens are all designed to harmonize with their surrounding landscape rather than changing the landscape to suit the buildings. The end result is acres upon acres of beautiful gardens where the royal family could escape the public eye. But why is this called the Secret Garden? The garden has actually had many names over the years, including Inner Garden and Forbidden Garden. Hundreds of years ago, you could only visit these gardens if you received an invitation by the royal family. Today, you can visit the gardens without a formal invite, but entrance is limited to tours in order to preserve the garden's sanctity and natural environment.
The Secret Garden tour was not what we expected. We went up hills and down hills, and that place is absolutely massive, acres and acres large. It was beautiful, so serene with all the different lookout areas, and they were all built with specific intentions in mind.
The buildings are a lot smaller and more intimate, which is just kind of nice. The palaces are really huge by comparison.
It was really neat to go back there, so I think we'd recommend it if you come to the palaces. Well, we are now in the palace next door. Tongyeonggun, I think is how you say it. I am trying really hard. I'm sorry if I'm absolutely massacring the words. This palace seems to be a bit more spread out. This one was built after the one next door was built. So it's a little bit more recent, but just as beautiful. We mentioned that this palace was built after the one next door. The one next door had so many visitors that didn't stay visitors. They moved in and they were there for a long time. So they ran out of space, and in order to house everybody else and a few queens, the king built this palace right next door so that everybody who wanted to see him and visit him had the opportunity to do so. At least those who were invited, I guess. Early impressions of this palace are that the paint hasn't been refreshed as recently as the one next door. It's not quite as vibrant, but I actually really like that. It gives this palace a bit of an older feel compared to the one that's next door, which has clearly been repainted recently, and that's beautiful. But there's always a place for the ones that retain their old world charm as well. I'm not sure we filmed it in the palace next door, the first one we went into, but the roofs have this incredible detail at the end of them. It's absolutely beautiful, and the design is different in each palace. Well, we have made it to what Google calls a food alley, and I have to say the description is pretty spot on. That is exactly what it looks like a covered alley with vendors absolutely everywhere and tons of places to sit, and it's packed. This is in the middle of a local vendor market, and this place is absolutely massive. We're a little bit hungry after seeing the palaces, so I'm excited to find something to have a little bit of a snack on. So I hope they have some of those onion pancake thingies. That's what I'm looking for. Well, we found one of those onion pancake thingies, and it was really good. We were all kind of packed in like sardines around a table, so we didn't want to film a lot, but it was really good, and I'm glad that we were able to try one here. It was also way more filling than I expected. I feel like I ate a meal and I was expecting a snack, but I got to try one. Yay! Well, we just realized what time it was, and that the sun sets in like an hour. So if we want to hit the mural streets, we need to leave the street food alley. So this was very short-lived, I'm sorry. But we really want to see the art murals before the sun sets. So
And the
onward.
pancakes were really filling anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So off we go.
Hey, Heather, we got to go.
Yes, there really are a lot of stairs. Well, we found the mural village, as you can see behind me. We've only seen a couple so far, but wow, this one is super realistic, yet artsy. It is really cool, and we saw one coming up that was this girl looking out a window. Bill was busy filming a car and totally missed the first mural, but I got it. I guess some loud tourists come through here because these signs are everywhere. It is a residential area. People live here. This is a really neat village. I'm glad we're here, and we are here at the perfect time, the end of the day, and the light is beautiful, just casting a golden glow over all the walls. Look at this view. I wonder how many we can find. There's even more stairs. This one has really cool tricks of perspective. Speaking of perspective, that's a lot of cables. This street art was really cool. It was really fun to pose with the different art pieces that we saw. Some of them were so creative, I loved it. Welcome back to another day in Seoul. Yesterday, when we were exploring the art village, we realized that the views over the city are amazing, and we hadn't realized how big Seoul was. So today, our quest is to go up as many places as possible so that we can get a feel for just how large Seoul is. So we are starting our day today at Seoul Tower, then we are heading to a park that has a great view over the city, and we plan to end our day at Hyundai Shopping Street, because we haven't shopped yet. But first, Seoul Tower. We just got down from the top of the tower. The elevator going up was really cool. They had a video on the top so you felt like you were going into outer space. I'm on the wrong elevator. Over to you, Bob.
So it was a great view up there, pretty much all directions. It's a little bit hazy today, otherwise sunny, so we could see sort of half of Seoul really well, but just the enormity of the city is huge.
And I got to enjoy how enormous the city was from my own bathroom stall. That is the best bathroom view I've ever had in my life, hands down, like no question. That was amazing.
And there was a nice view on the men's side too.
We're gonna go now and see a view over Seoul from a different part of the city. We're heading to Hinol Park, and this time I am certain I'm saying it wrong, but it's supposed to have some beautiful grasses that sometimes are pink, and we are here during the fall. They may not be pink yet, but we want to go find out. So that is our next destination.
남섬 빈스트기너시를 부대문화인 전통문화공원이 시작합니다.
Just a quick tip, if you decide to go to the Seoul Tower, you might want to check out and see if there are any bundle deals. We took the cable car up instead of walking or taking the bus because it's more adventurous.
This is a big hill.
And there was a fantastic deal for not much more money. We were able to have a bite to eat at the top before we went up Seoul Tower, at the top of the cable car platform. And lunch was actually surprisingly good. It was a pork cutlet, sort of similar to Japanese tonkatsu. That is delicious. So make sure you check and see if they have any bundle deals if you decide to take the cable car to the top, which was kind of fun and something we'd recommend. Well, that took longer than expected to get here. It took about an hour by metro. There was some kind of delay, but we're here now. And after a very lengthy climb up some stairs, we have the most amazing view over Seoul and some really fun grass in the background. Do you know where we are? Maybe you recognize what's back there. Some beautiful feathery looking grass that I'm really anxious to see up front because it looks absolutely beautiful. We might not be here at the right time of year for it to be pink, but it still looks really nice. So I guess let's go find out how tall it is. I've read that in late fall, these grasses can turn sort of this beautiful pink color, and I can see that some of them already are a little bit pink, and there is just this huge field. I bet that this is amazing in late autumn. Too bad we're here just a little bit early. It's still a really neat area though. Beautiful. This park is a great example of how beautiful anything can be if you mass plant it. This is just a bunch of grass, but the way that it's so feathery and blows in the wind, it becomes something beautiful. It's just one stalk, it would be boring. But mass planting, this garden is stunning, even though it's not pink. I was hoping it would be pink, but it was just too early.
Well, that was neat. Behind us is the Bowl of Sky. Is that what it's called?
Bowl full of sky is the translation, which is sort of beautiful.
And it's fantastic. It's like a miniature and very low-tech super tree.
It's not a super tree.
Like the super trees from Singapore. You're able to climb up in it and get a good view of the surrounding area, and it's just a fun, different perspective. 360-degree
views, in fact. It's beautiful, and this is way bigger than we thought it was. Like, it looks big, but it's actually bigger. So much grass. It's stunning. This park is massive.
And it's great. Lots of photographers running around doing pretty much what we're doing.
Photographer things.
It's fun.
We saw these birdhouses off in the distance. It's a good thing that the birds don't know that the roofs are on the side or upside down. They don't care. Got anything to say about it, Bill?
I'm just glad that my head's in frame now.
I didn't even know he was in the frame. Sneak attacking me.
Photobomb!
Well, from what we've been able to gather, this used to be a landfill. There's a bunch of sort of release chambers that we've seen around, and some of them are very helpfully labeled in English. Wow, if this is what you can do with a landfill, the United States could learn something from this. This is really amazing. It's beautiful. To think that we're probably walking on tens, maybe 100 years of garbage is really pretty amazing. Okay, I was expecting the grass to be like 3 feet high, but here's Bill for scale. That is really tall grass. Well, we still have another stop that we need to make today, and that's at Hongdae Shopping Street. Hongdae Shopping Street? It's kind of a mouthful. I'm sure I'm not saying it right. We're hoping to find a bit of street food while we're there. We heard that there might be some vendors, so that is our next stop today. Bill for teddy bear scale. Well, we made it to the Hongdae area. This is really fun. There's all sorts of cute stores and restaurants and lots of people out walking around, although you don't see many of them behind me. We have realized that we are not hungry yet because our lunch was so big and so good. So we've just been looking at different shops and exploring them and watching some street performers, and I think that we're actually gonna call it a night. See? He gave up. That's how tired we are. We're done for the day. Thanks for joining us on this one. Hit the subscribe button below because you are probably not going to want to miss what happens tomorrow night. See you next video. All right, we are now... Crap. Still recording. Wait, stop. Stop recording.